Hello, everyone. Welcome back to our daily motivation session.
It is so good to be here with you all today.
Before we start, I have a quick question for you. Do you often think about mistakes you made in the past? Tell me in the comments. I really want to know.
We really do.
Please pause the audio or the video right now, go to the comment section, and write your answer. Are you carrying old pain? I will wait for you.
Take your time.
Okay, did you write it? Great. Today, we are going to talk about something very important. We are doing a deep dive into the topic, forget the past and move on.
Yes, and we have some excellent source material today. It is a guide for anyone who feels stuck in yesterday.
I know a lot of people feel stuck.
That is right. Our goal today is simple. We want to help you learn how to drop the heavy backpack of yesterday.
The heavy backpack.
Exactly. We want to help you build a happy tomorrow.
I really love that image, the heavy backpack. But I want to understand this better. When our sources talk about this weight, are we talking about general stress?
Well, it includes stress, but it is more specific than that. Imagine you are walking down a long road.
Okay.
It is a beautiful day, the sun is shining, but you are sweating.
Yeah.
You are exhausted.
Because of the backpack.
Yes. You are wearing a huge backpack. Now, usually a backpack is for useful things, right?
Yeah, like water or a map, maybe a warm jacket.
Right. Things you need for the journey.
Yeah.
But in this metaphor, you open the bag and there is no food. There is no water. It is full of heavy, sharp stones.
That sounds terrible. Why would anyone carry a bag of stones?
Because we pick them up along the way and we simply forget to put them down. Let us look at the stones inside this bag.
What do they look like?
One stone might be a mistake you made 5 years ago. Maybe you said something mean to a friend.
I see.
You feel guilty, so you put that guilt stone in your bag?
And I guess another stone could be a failure, like failing a job interview.
Yes, that is a very heavy one. You think to yourself, I am not good enough.
And that thought becomes a rock.
Exactly. A heartbreak is another sharp stone. And the scary part, the part our deep dive really focuses on, is that we carry this bag everywhere.
Everywhere, like even when we're just relaxing at home.
Yes. We carry it to work. We carry it to the dinner table. We even wear it to bed.
Wow.
Have you ever tried to sleep, but your brain keeps replaying a mistake from 10 years ago?
Oh, absolutely. I think everyone watching has done that. It feels like the backpack is crushing you into the bed.
Yes, and you wake up feeling tired even if you slept for 8 hours.
Yes, of the weight.
That is the weight. We are physically carrying the past into the present. That is why we are so tired.
But here's my question. If the bag is so heavy and it hurts us, why don't we just take it off? Is it locked?
No, it is not locked at all. That is key insight from our sources. The bag is open.
So we can just drop the stones?
We can drop them.
Yeah.
The problem is that we get used to the weight. The pain becomes familiar.
So we think the weight is just part of who we are.
Precisely. We are afraid to be light because we are so used to being heavy.
That is deep.
The first step is just admitting it. You must look at the stone. You must say, I am carrying this heavy stone called anger.
Or I am carrying the stone called regret.
Yes. Once you see the stone clearly, you can decide to put it down.
I want to talk about one of the specific stones mentioned in our deep dive today. It is a phrase that I think I say maybe 5 times a day.
Let me guess. Is it the phrase, if only?
Yes. The if-only trap.
The source material calls this the most dangerous phrase in the human language.
Dangerous. That seems a bit dramatic. It feels very natural to me to say that.
How do you usually use it?
Well, I see things like, if only I had studied harder. Or, if only I had not bought that expensive car. It feels like I am analyzing my life so I can be better. Is that really bad?
It feels like analysis, but it's actually torture. The source compares this habit to a hamster wheel.
A hamster wheel? You mean the little toy wheel in a cage?
Exactly. The hamster runs and runs inside it. The hamster is sweating. It is working hard. It is running very fast.
But it is not moving forward.
Right. Is it going anywhere?
Yeah.
No. It is staying in the exact same spot.
That is exactly what it only feels like.
Yes. You are spending your emotional energy trying to fix a past that is already gone.
And I cannot fix it.
You cannot. So you are just burning energy. You are running, but you are not going anywhere.
That is actually frustrating to realize. I'm making myself tired for nothing. So how do I stop? I cannot just turn off my brain. My brain loves to worry.
No, you cannot turn your brain off.
Yeah.
But you can change direction. The text suggests a word swap.
A word swap.
Yes. Whenever you catch yourself saying,
Right.
if only, you must immediately stop. Just say stop in your head.
Okay, I say stop, and then what do I do?
Then you replace. If only with what now?
What now?
Yes. If only looks backward at the past. what now looks forward at the road ahead.
Oh, I see.
So instead of saying, if only I studied harder, you ask yourself, what can I study now to get better?
Or instead of saying, if only I was kinder, I should ask, what can I do now to be a kind person today?
Perfect. That small shift changes everything. If only makes you feel weak and helpless.
Because you cannot change it.
Right. But what now makes you feel strong and active, it puts the power back in your hands.
I love that. It is such a simple change, but I can see how it works. But I do have a question about this.
Go ahead.
If we just drop the stones and stop looking back, do we lose the lessons? I mean, if I forget my mistakes, won't I just make them again?
That is a very important question.
Do I need to remember the pain so I do not repeat it?
The source material is very clear on this distinction. We do not erase the past. We do not pretend it never happened.
Okay, so what do we do?
We treat yesterday as a teacher.
Yesterday is a teacher. I like that idea. But sometimes yesterday is a very mean teacher.
Yes, sometimes the teacher is strict. Sometimes the lesson is painful. But think about school.
Okay.
If you are in a class and you do not learn the lesson, what happens?
Well, you fail the test. And usually you have to take the class again.
Exactly. You repeat the grade. Life is the exact same way.
Life makes you repeat the grade.
Yes. If yesterday tried to teach you patience and you did not learn it, life will give you the same test again.
You will meet another annoying person.
Or you will face another long wait. You will stay in the same grade until you learn the lesson.
Wow. That explains why the same bad things keep happening to some people. They have not graduated from the lesson yet.
Correct. So do not just cry about the past. Ask yourself, what is this trying to teach me?
And once you learn it,
Once you learn the lesson, you can graduate. You can leave the pain behind. You drop the stone, but you keep the wisdom.
that makes a lot of sense. But that leads us to something that I think is the hardest part of letting go.
What is that?
Forgiving yourself. We talked about learning from mistakes, but forgiving yourself feels almost impossible sometimes. Forgiving other people is hard, but forgiving yourself is harder.
You are right. We are often our own jailers. We put ourselves in a prison of guilt.
Why do we do that to ourselves?
We think that if we punish ourselves, it shows we are good people. We think, I did something bad, so I must feel bad forever.
That sounds exactly like what I do.
But our deep dive gives us a beautiful analogy for this. It calls us travelers.
Tell me about the traveler.
Imagine you are driving on a long journey. You make a wrong turn. You get lost. What do?
I try to find my way back.
Do you stop the car, get out, and lay on the side of the road crying forever?
No, that would be silly. You just turn around, you find the right road, and keep driving.
Exactly. But in life, when we make a wrong turn, a mistake, we often stop the car. We sit there and yell at ourselves for hours or even years.
We really do.
The source reminds us that a wrong turn does not mean the journey is over. You just change direction.
I really need to remember that. Just change direction.
There is a wonderful affirmation in the text that I think you and our listeners should memorize.
Oh, I would love to hear
It
it.
goes like this.
Yep.
I did my best with the knowledge I had. Now I know better, so I will do better.
Can you say that one more time? Slowly. I want to make sure everyone watching gets it.
Of course. I did my best with the knowledge I had. Now I know better, so I will do better.
That is so forgiving. It admits that we were not perfect, but that is okay.
We were born to learn, not to be perfect robots.
Precisely. Wisdom comes from mistakes. You cannot have one without the other.
That is the truth.
Okay, so we are working on forgiving ourselves, but what about the other side of this? What about the people who hurt us?
The people who put stones in our backpack.
Yes, exactly. The source material uses a very strong analogy about poison here, right?
It does. This is a famous concept, but it is always true. The text says that holding on to anger is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to die.
It is such a shocking image. Drinking poison yourself, but hoping the other person gets sick.
It sounds crazy, but that is exactly what we do. When you are angry, your stomach hurts. Your head hurts.
You lose sleep.
Yes, and the person who hurt you, they might be sleeping perfectly fine. They might be happy.
Your anger does not hurt them at all.
It only hurts you.
But isn't forgiveness like saying what they did was okay? That is what stops me sometimes. I think if I forgive him, I am saying the bad thing did not matter.
That feels like losing.
Yes, it feels like I am losing the fight.
That is a very common fear. But forgiveness is not about winning or losing. And it does not mean what you did is okay.
It doesn't.
No, it does not mean you have to trust them again. It does not mean you have to be their friend. You can forgive someone and never speak to them again.
So what does forgiveness actually mean then?
It means saying, I will not let your actions control my happiness anymore. It means cutting the chain.
Cutting the chain.
Yes. When you are angry, you are chained to that person. Forgiveness breaks the chain so you can walk away free.
That is a huge relief. It makes forgiveness feel much more possible. It is not about them. It is about my freedom.
Exactly. It is self-protection.
We have talked about backpacks and hamsters and travelers, but there is one more visual analogy in our deep dive today that I think is brilliant.
The car analogy.
Yes. Can you walk us through the rearview mirror concept?
I would love to. This is perhaps the most practical visual to keep in your mind every day. Think about the inside of a car.
Okay, I'm picturing it.
You have a windshield, the big window in the front, and you have a rear view mirror, the small mirror that looks back.
Right.
Why the windshield so big and the mirror so small?
Well, because you need to see where you are going. That is the most important part. If you do not look forward, you cannot drive.
Correct. The windshield represents your future. It is huge. It is wide. It is full of possibilities.
And the rearview mirror is your past.
Yes, and it is very small.
But we need the mirror, right? We cannot just remove it from the car.
You need to glance at it. You look at the mirror for 1 second to see what is behind you, just to be safe. That is like remembering a lesson from the past.
Right, glancing back to learn.
But what happens if you drive down the highway while staring only at the little mirror?
You crash. You will definitely hit something.
You will crash.
Yeah.
And that is what happens in life. If you stare at the past, your regrets, your old pain, you cannot see the future.
You will miss the opportunities right in front of you.
Exactly.
I love that. Glance at the mirror, focus on the windshield.
Yes, the road ahead is much more important than the road behind.
This philosophy leads us perfectly to a story from the source material that really stuck with me. It is about a man named David.
Oh, David's story is very touching.
I want to share this story because I think it brings all these ideas together. So David had a very difficult start in life. His father left the family when David was just a small boy.
Which is very sad.
For most of us, that would be sad. But for David, it became his whole identity. He was furious.
Carrying a very large stone.
The biggest stone in his backpack. And he used this stone to explain everything. If he lost a job, he told his friends, well, I have abandonment issues because of my father.
Blaming the past.
Yes. If he had a bad relationship, he blamed his father. He was 30 or 40 years old, still letting a man he had not seen in decades control his life.
He was staring so hard at the rearview mirror that he could not drive his own car.
Exactly. But then the text says he met a teacher, a wise mentor who asked him one question that stopped him cold.
It is a question we should all ask ourselves. The teacher asked, David, how long will you let him control your life?
It sounds simple, but it woke him up. David realized something terrifying. His father had stolen his childhood, but by staying angry, David was freely giving his father his adulthood, too.
He was letting the past steal his present.
Yes, he was voluntarily handing over his happiness to someone who did not even care.
That is a chilling realization.
So David decided to break the chain. He did not call his father. He did not scream at him. He did something quiet.
He sat down and wrote a letter.
Yes, he wrote down every angry thought, every if only. He poured all the poison out of his system onto the paper.
That is a great technique.
It took him hours. He cried, he yelled, and then he took a match.
And he burned the letter.
He burned it. He watched it turn to ash.
He did not send it to his father.
No, because the letter was not for his father, it was for David. When he watched the paper burn, he felt the weight lift off his shoulders. He finally let go.
That is beautiful. And what was the result?
He felt light. He started to build his own success. He stopped saying, if only, and started saying, what now?
That is the real power of letting go. When you stop holding on to the past, you suddenly have two free hands.
And with free hands, you can build.
Yes. And that brings us to our final section today.
We have dropped the backpack.
Oh,
We have
yeah.
stopped staring at the mirror. We have empty hands. So what do we do now?
We build a new future. And our source says we must build it brick by brick.
Brick by brick. I like that. It sounds manageable. We are not building a whole castle in one day, just laying bricks.
Exactly. When you let go of the past, you have empty space. If you do not fill that space with good things, the old bad thoughts might come back.
So you must fill your day with new habits.
Yes.
What are some examples of these bricks?
There are very small things. Waking up 10 minutes earlier. That is a brick. Reading a book for 5 minutes instead of looking at your phone. That is a brick.
Okay.
Doing 10 minutes of exercise. speaking one kind word to a stranger.
These seem so small. Do they really make a difference?
They do, because they happen today. This brings us to the final concept, the gift of today.
What is the gift of today?
Think about it. You cannot change yesterday. It is gone forever. You cannot fully trust tomorrow. It has not happened yet.
So all we have is right now.
You only have today, right now. This moment is the only place where you have power.
That is so true. I cannot take action in yesterday. I can only act now.
Precisely. Today is a gift. That is why we call it the present. When you use today to lay a brick, to learn something, to be kind, to work hard, you are building a bridge to a better future.
So instead of worrying about the 10 years I lost, I should focus on the 10 minutes I have right now.
Yes. Ask yourself, what can I do today to make my life better? That is how you move forward. You do not jump to the finish line.
You just take one step today.
And then one step tomorrow.
And eventually you look back and you are miles away from that old heavy backpack.
Exactly. You are completely free.
That image of the burning letter and the empty hands is a perfect place to wrap up. We have talked about dropping the backpack, getting off the hamster wheel, and looking through the windshield. It has been such an inspiring session.
It is a lot of information to take in. But remember, you do not have to do it all at once. Just lay one brick today.
Exactly. Focus on the gift of today. Now, I want to go back to the very beginning. I asked you a question when we started. Do you think about your past mistakes often?
I suspect many listeners said yes at the start.
I think so too. But I hope your answer is now different. I hope you are ready to drop that heavy bag and step away from the mirror.
Keep moving forward. The past is a place of reference, not a place of residence. The road ahead is beautiful.
If you learned something new today, please like this video and subscribe for more English practice. See you in the next video.